Hey everybody, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for another Memory Planning Monday. This week I am sharing my Project Life 9x12 album for week number 28. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Hello, thanks for joining me for this Project Life process video. It's Jen with ChappyPlans. I'm so glad you guys are joining me today. I am already basically set up with where I want my cards to be, which I find is very helpful in planning these videos and having them not be quite so long. So once I have the cards picked out and then I start to go through my embellishments, it takes me about an hour or so to do a spread. So that is way more doable for me than like 2.5 hours. However, I will always say I don't mind it being a long time because this is my absolute favorite scrappy project. So anyways, what you are seeing me do is pick out my washi, which I always have 2 different washi rolls that I like to use across the spread. And I'm so excited that I can finally use my brand new teardrop, raindrop, if you will, rainbow washi from Pipsticks, and then the smiley faces I think are from like an older Heidi Swap subscription, and then all these cards are a mixture of Ali Edwards and then a few of Studio Calico. The little tiny baby stickers are from Pip Stickers as well, and they're just little tiny smiley faces and different emojis, and then stars, rainbows, clouds, and that type of thing. I'm going with a rainbow theme this week again. I love rainbows. I'm obsessed with rainbows. My whole craft room is set up in the way to like everything's sort of set up in that Roy G. Biv aesthetic, and that's just the way it works in my head. Like I just love to look at color that way. So it made me really happy to be able to do that across this spread for week 28. I'm just using some older Studio Calico alphas to put WK for week, and then the Studio Calico numbers are also in red that I used some Distress Oxide ink for. The scratches on my arm are because we got a new kitten. So I will throw up a picture of our new little kitty. He is actually Nora's, and he is so stinking cute. Isn't he super cute? So Nora decided to name him Smokey. I think he is a Russian blue mix. We're not sure, but just on my own research, that's what I'm thinking. So anyhow, that's what the scratches on my forearms are from, in case you're like, whoa, what happened there? These are some old labels from Heidi Swap, and I like to journal on those just a little bit every now and then. It's kind of like an extended caption, if you will, for some of the photos. And then I'm just using the tiny Pip stickers to embellish the photos, and of course I need to stamp my date. But like I said, yeah, a lot of these cards are Studio Calico. Actually, most of what I'm using is Studio Calico, I want to say, and Ali Edwards. And so like these rubber pieces are from Ali Edwards. I got them on like a really big sale, and I thought they'd be perfect for this week. I use that rainbow card. That is a Studio Calico card. And then this summer ephemera piece I trimmed off of the packaging that the new documenter kits come in. And I just did some journaling about how Nora was actually sick, or well, she started getting sick this week. It was her first full week, or was supposed to be her first full week at summer camp, and she was doing this crafts around the world camp. And she went Monday and Tuesday, I could tell she didn't feel well. Her eyes were goopy and red, and she hadn't been sleeping, and the week before she hadn't slept well either. And we just thought it was behavior related. But then, so anyways, then she woke up and her eyes were like really goopy, and then in the middle of the night she ended up having a fever, and so we were like, uh-oh, something's definitely going on. Obviously the no sleep thing is related to her not feeling well, so I made a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. They tested her. She didn't have COVID and she didn't have strep, and they said it was just like probably a bad virus or cold going around. So we were like, okay, so just treat the symptoms type thing. So that's what I'm journaling about on that photo. And then this picture of Nora in this giant box is because my husband is in the very slow process of redoing our basement and purchased a very large piece for what's going to go in the bathroom downstairs. And the box is obviously huge. And so she got in it and was, you know, in between her bouts of feeling like garbage, was having little tiny moments of joy. And so I was able to capture one of these. And so that's what this photo is her inside the box. And I just thought that was super cute. And you can tell she doesn't feel super well. Like, you can even see her eyes look, they just don't look as bright and normal as they usually do. At least to me. Maybe you guys can't tell, but I can tell. And so she was basically fine as long as we had her, the ibuprofen or the Tylenol was kicked in. But as soon as it started to wear off, it would be like, just, you could tell she wasn't feeling well. And so that is also what I am journaling about here, and also about the fact that for me personally, it was a challenging week, and the week before was a really challenging week. And when I mean, people in general, when they don't sleep well, their mental health suffers, right? But I have several mental health illnesses, and so if I don't sleep, I really feel that. And it impacts a lot of, how I'm able to parent, and my relationships, and how I treat my spouse, all different kinds of things. And so I'm journaling about just how right now things are not so great. I am exhausted. I'm running on fumes. And now, my daughter is sick. So that's why I chose to use all those little thunder stickers there. And that is what that story is about. That little mini story there. And then this card is actually another crazy story, which I'm not going to go super into, but let's just say, if you missed it, you can hear the story back in this Plan With Me video right here. So essentially what happened is I had to refilm my August month at a glance in my Laurel Denise planner, because I've filmed weeks and weeks ahead, and I had originally used stickers from this other sticker shop that I had been representing for the last 2 years. You probably, if you've watched any of my Plan With Me videos, then I'm sure you have seen them, and you probably have already heard this story. But like I said, if you want to hear the whole thing, you can go back to that August monthly Plan With Me video to hear it. But essentially I had to leave a rep team that I was on, and someone who I thought was a friend just had these differing opinions and values than myself, and I could no longer represent that person or that business because it just really doesn't align with my values and who I am. So it was kind of a shock to me, because I had been friends with this person for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden these things were said that were in black and white, and I just couldn't, I don't know, I just couldn't reconcile that, and put my head down at night and be like, okay with it. So I had to refilm the video with different stickers, because I was no longer representing that person. So anyways, that is a screenshot to the right there of what I shared in my stories on Instagram when all of this stuff happened, and that was what I was journaling about on that shocker card there, because it was certainly unexpected. So it was a challenging week in so many different ways, right? Like, I was exhausted. I wasn't feeling well, like TMI, but, perimenopause, that's something I've been dealing with. And I had a virtual appointment with my midwife about that. She put me on some hormones, and yeah, it's a whole thing. It was a whole week. It was just like basically not rainbows, which is ironic, because that's the theme of this week. But on Thursday, that photo is Nora with her Echo Dot, which she got, or Echo Pop rather, that she got from Prime Week. And she was just excited about it. So she wanted me to take a picture of her with it, even though she looks awful. Like, up close, her poor little eyes are just, they're like half open. That's me just dealing with the back side of this card, because I wanted to keep the ephemera from the Kids Bop concert. But then I'm finished with that half, and I'm moving on to the right side. And this 4x6 plaid rainbow card is from Studio Calico, but the currently eating and the rainbow card with all the phrases on it is from Allie Edwards. So I totally forgot that I had these stickers pulled out prior. These are from the Fierce collection from Tracy Reed Designs, and I did a spread with these when I did a collab with Jenny Garcia, but I forgot that I had pulled these out. So I do go back and embellish some of the photos on the left side so that they have consistency from the left to the right side of the page with the stickers. And then I just simply embellish this card with this big sticker of these fists in a rainbow that say, "None of us is free until all of us are free." And then I embellish it with a couple of rainbows. And I'm just going to tell the story about how I had to refilm that August monthly video and make a little caption there with some of these labels from the most recent Studio Calico Documenter kit, which is one of my favorite all-time releases they've done. I just love it so much. And so I'm just putting on that little details sticker, like how it's just not been a great week, essentially. And then I use this last little rubber piece that says create, and I want to put that on the bottom of this photo because I did create and then recreate this spread. And so it was perfect, the perfect little accent to go on that photo. And then there's a few photos here actually of Nora and what we ate on Friday. We always do takeout on Fridays, and fortunately she was feeling much, much better by then. And my husband picked up some Thai food for us from this new to us restaurant that had a lot of gluten-free options. And so he got like a couple different kinds of curry, and he got some soup, and he ended up bringing home some spicy salmon rolls, which I was shocked Nora wanted to try. And so that's what I'm going to journal about on this currently eating card, is just about how she tried it and she loved it. And I was like flabbergasted because she has never expressed any desire to try sushi. And salmon's my favorite, like, of all seafoods, both sushi and cooked. So it was just kind of neat. And so I'm journaling about how our Friday went and how she is enjoying new foods. And that's just a photo of the food we got, and then a picture of Nora enjoying, like literally licking her fingers from the salmon. Because let's be honest, it's way easier to eat sushi with your fingers than it is with chopsticks, right? Shout out in the comments if you eat your sushi with your fingers. No shame here. So I just embellished this picture with a little heart. I think in the end I end up going back and putting a couple of the, or at least one of those word phrase stickers from the Green Alley Edwards August Stories by the Month kit. I think it's the Stories by the Month kit. Yeah. And I just love adding these little teeny tiny stickers, and totally stole that idea from Jenny Garcia as well. This this card is from the Open Story kit, which I think came out, I don't even know if it was, I think it was this year. I don't remember. But I love the different quotes that are on that card. So I just chose to put a few little stickers on that. And then this is an opportunity for me to journal about different bullet points throughout the week. And this selfie I took was Saturday morning. I was able to go and meet a friend I hadn't seen in years for brunch, and it was delicious. It was this gluten-free, dairy-free place, and vegan, and it was amazing. So I embellish it with just the proud to be an ally, a couple little tiny stickers, and then I'm gonna do my journaling on the on that card, which that card with the stars coordinates with the Tracy Reed Fierce kit. That's what that one is from, by the way. So yeah, I used a mixture of lots of different companies and kits, which is always my favorite thing to do. I try to predominantly go off one color scheme, and then I just kind of make it work color wise. So I embellish this picture that I took of our newest game. Nora picked this out, I think, the week before, and we've been playing it almost every night as long as she was well enough. So it's obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's the game of life. And we just loved, and ironically enough, that this is a rainbow spread, that the pegs in the game are no longer just pink and blue. So the pegs are actually rainbow colored. So you can choose whatever color, person, pet, whatever, to join your family. So that's what I'm going to journal about. And that is going to be it for me today. I am going to do my outro here, and then I will show you some slow, silent close-ups of the finished spread. So if you like this video, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of my content. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, friends. Take care of yourselves, and remember that you are enough, and I love you. Bye.